From the Samson Production Studios in the heart of Hazleton, Pennsylvania, it's your News 13.
Brought to you by SSP TV and the Standard Speaker.
Coming up at 4 o'clock, a sign on the door said it all except why. Why was the Banks Township Supervisors meeting canceled Wednesday night with no notice? Good evening and thanks so much for joining us, everyone. I'm Kristen Bazinski. Well, it's been a rocky road in Banks Township, Carbon County lately. Troubles with the Tresco Fire Company involving some missing money, garbage woes for residents after the firing of township workers, public fights between supervisors and residents, and now add to that list a canceled supervisors meeting, a cancellation no one knew about. Residents arrived at the township's municipal building Wednesday night to find this sign on the door. It read, "No township meeting tonight and no meeting until further notice." Residents were in shock, along with one of the three supervisors who also showed up, Rick Porpiglia.
No township meeting tonight and no meeting till further notice.
So how does it make you feel as a resident that, two of your supervisors aren't here tonight?
Seems that they really don't care. And this isn't the first time they didn't have a full meeting. I believe not last month, but the month before. They started the meeting and they stopped after, I believe it was the public comment, no, the reading of the minutes. And we never had another meeting, and I believe they're supposed to have a meeting every month, and they do not.
Well, I like to know what's going on. I mean, everybody comes down here because we're concerned about our township, and yet there's no meeting. There's a sign on a door, written in pencil or ink or whatever it is, a sign on the door stating there's no meeting tonight. I just don't understand it.
We're told Supervisor Porpiglia went to the township building to make sure residents knew that there was no meeting after receiving a call that one of the other two supervisors had an emergency to deal with. But now the question remains, was canceling the Banks Township meeting legal or did it violate the law? News 13 tried calling Supervisors Teresa Schott and Walter Babowski along with the township solicitor for more information. So far, we have not been able to reach any of the three. One resident of a small town that sits along Route 93, actually in Banks Township, is missing something very important to her home, an address. News 13 stopping by the home of Marianne Novotnak in Coxville. Although you could drive through this small community in less than a minute, you may have trouble finding the house you're looking for because none of the homes in Coxville have a physical address. Some homes are labeled with numbers, some with numbers and letters, and some with nothing at all. The RD numbers, or rural route delivery numbers, found on many of the homes are not recognized by the post office's national database, which means Novotnak can't order anything offline. She also has trouble filing for her local taxes because her employer's computer does not recognize her home as a physical address. But Novotnak's biggest problem is something far more important because these numbers are so confusing, emergency personnel aren't able to get to any house in Coxville quickly or without being provided with a physical description. That isn't just a problem for Novotnak, who lives with her 82-year-old mother, but for the entire community that is home to many senior citizens.
I was at a township meeting last night and one of the volunteer firemen told me that there was a call for carbon monoxide in a home down the road from my house, and the only way they could explain their house is by landmarks because they don't have an address. And they also explained a vehicle in the driveway to find the house, but then there were two little girls, they said, out front waving the fire engine down. So that's how they found the house. But what do you do in an emergency when there is no one here to help you and you're laying on your floor and they're trying to find your house by riding the berm of the highway? I've already directed an ambulance from APTS, two of them, to different locations because I saw them riding the berm.
Now, without a 911 emergency number on her house, Novotnak fears for her mother's safety and says her mom would not be able to explain to 911 where she lives. This inconvenience has also prompted some residents to have their mail delivered straight to the post office in nearby Beaver Meadows. Now, to get this problem straightened out, Novotnak says she's being helped by Tresco Fire Chief Joe Guzik and Dave Gentile. There was an effort back in 2009, we're told, to get proper addresses for these homes, but so far nothing has come of it. Weatherly Borough might be a tiny dot on a map of Pennsylvania, but it's an important place for one presidential candidate who has planned a weekend visit to the small Carbon County community. Mitt Romney's website confirmed this afternoon that the Republican will visit the community as part of his Believe in America, Every Town Counts bus tour, which kicks off Friday in New Hampshire and ends Tuesday in Michigan. Only 4 states will be visited, Pennsylvania being one of them. Weatherly Casting and Machine Company, also known as Hazleton Casting Company, is where Romney's headed. 7:45 a.m. the doors open, and the program begins at 8:45 a.m. Now you must go to Mitt Romney's website to sign up to attend this event. Its goal is to get people out into the community, get their feet moving and blood pumping, and to teach them something new about Hazleton. It's called Y Walks, and the walks are like no other. Y Walk Wednesdays mix education and physical activity. News 13 stopping by the Hazleton YMYWCA Wednesday night for the first walk of the season. A big crowd turned up to tour the United Way organizations around the city of Hazleton while getting a 60 to 90-minute workout. We caught up with Senior Program Director Mary Jo Pencala, who is the leader of Y Walks.
Not only am I going to be talking about the agencies themselves, but a lot of the talk about the buildings, the actual buildings, like, and this historical significance to the Hazleton area. And some of it, I learned new stuff myself. And the goal of the Wednesday walks is to get people out into the community, get some physical activity, learn more about their local community and especially the downtown areas, and learn something new that maybe they didn't know before. You know, there's an educational component as well.
If you'd like to catch the walk next time around, it's happening Wednesday, July 25th at 6 o'clock, starting at the Hazleton YMYWCA. That walk will take you on a tour all around the downtown area to explore the Hispanic Latino eateries. Coming up on News 13 is all your sports action with Freddie B. Of course, he's got some exciting news about local athletes and more on Major and Minor League Baseball. And it was a double murder that shocked the Hazleton community, and now a second man involved. This man right here has learned just how long he will be calling a jail cell home. More on that outcome later as News 13 was in the courtroom today. If you played the Pennsylvania lottery this afternoon, here are your winning numbers. 502, the daily number, Big 4, 0146, Quinto, 06942, and Treasure Hunt, 610, 12, 21, 23. Again, good luck.
Good evening, everyone, and here's tonight's Talk of the Town report. First tonight, the Hazleton YMYWCA has some great new fitness classes available. First, Saturday, June 16th at 9 a.m., they will be hosting Piloxing, the latest Hollywood fitness craze, and Saturday, June 30th at 10 a.m., they will be holding Body Pump 82. Call the Y today for some more details. Also, the YMYWCA would like to remind the community about the Partners for Youth golf tournament on Friday, June 29th at Sand Springs. The event is currently looking for golfers and hole sponsors. All proceeds from this event will benefit the Y's Youth Scholarship Program. For more info, call the Y, 570-455-2046. That's tonight's Talk of the Town. News 13 would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Norbert W. Rinkus of West Hazleton. Funeral will be held Saturday at 9 a.m. from the Hillary J. Bonin Funeral Home. Friends may call Friday from 7 to 9 p.m. Julia M. Hogue of Ebervale. All services will be private and at the convenience of the family. Mary M. Miller, formerly of Hazleton. There will be no calling hours. And one final message tonight in loving memory of Abelino Abby Rodriguez. This wish comes with love from Joan. Tonight's obituaries have been brought to you by the Smilax Floral Shop located on 15th Street in Hazleton. For delivery to all local funeral homes, call 570-454-0111. And also by Mia's. Don't settle for second best when dining out. Discover Mia's all-new low-price menu. And remember, there's always plenty of free, gated parking behind the Markle Building.
there are a couple of seminars that are coming up. Welcome to Chamber Chat. We're with Leanne now, and we're talking about the upcoming seminars that are for businesses in Greater Hazelton.
Yes, we're very busy here in the month of June. We have 3 seminars that are coming up towards the end of the month.
Okay.
One on the 13th, one on the 19th, and one on the 20th. The one on the 13th is about professional ethics within the workplace. We're going to have Dr. Todd Schauer come to our chamber and just offer an informational seminar on professional ethics in the workplace and how your business can really learn from the topics that he's going to discuss. Like I said, that one is on Wednesday, June 13th. Then we have another one coming up Tuesday, June 19th, and that is an e-power rebate application workshop. So if any businesses have completed an energy efficient project within the last year, they're going to come in and help the business fill out the application and just make sure that they're working through the process, efficiently. So that's a really good opportunity for the businesses. That one is free.
Okay.
So we really encourage, big or small, any project, big or small, we really encourage the businesses to come out and take advantage of that. And then the final one is Wednesday, June 20th. And that is Importing and Exporting 101 seminar. M&L Trucking, what chamber member business, is going to come in and discuss, the educational opportunities, to better understand international transportation. So it's, again, that one is free for our members. It's 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. and it's going to be at Top of the 80s. And it's a good opportunity and very, going to be a very informational seminar for businesses to learn more about that topic.
There's always something going on, and it's for businesses big or small, different variety of topics going on, whether it be in the industrial or maybe it's for a smaller business. There's always, like you said, the ethical one is for everyone. So if you want more information, call the chamber and join us next week. We're going to be talking about your legislative trip.
Well, the Tamaqua community has something new and exciting to offer its residents and neighboring towns. And it definitely has something that will appeal to everyone. Whether you like music, art, or pottery, this place has it all. News 13 visited the brand new Community Art Center on Pine Street in Tamaqua this afternoon, where one-of-a-kind fine art was on display. The Art Center has so much to offer for people young and old. We spoke with Rose Beck, the co-coordinator and volunteer, who tells us this is exactly what the community needs.
We're talking about music and arts, not just art. You could display your art, you could sell your art, you could teach a class, you could come and take a class. So it's open to the public, and we're keeping our costs low. It gives the kids an outlet, somewhere to come and express their art or perform their musical talents, their dance abilities at free will.
The Community Arts Center will open its doors to the public for the first time during Tamaqua Historical Society's Summerfest, taking place Sunday, June 17th. Perfect for a Father's Day outing. There will be a large art exhibit featuring 30 artists free of charge. Some of the art will include photography, painting, pottery, wood carvings, and live entertainment. An evening concert will also take place from 5 to 9 with 3 acts. Summerfest will be an all-day event starting at 10 in the morning and lasting until 8 in the evening. Well, today was a great day to spend outside with the nice temps we are seeing today. Will those temps be staying with us through the weekend? We'll answer that question in just a bit, but right now, let's look at tonight's creative condition from Jada Reggie, a student from Valley Elementary School. She is showing us a picture of herself enjoying a sunny day playing out in the garden. Thanks to Jada for this wonderful picture. Mostly clear skies will take us through the rest of tonight. We're only going to dip down to 53, so a comfortable evening ahead and a great Friday ahead as well. Mostly sunny skies for our TGIF. 73 will be our high, so maybe you should play hooky tomorrow. I don't know. It's a good day to do so. Just Windows and much, much more. 636-1133 on First Street in Freeland. Just don't tell them that I told you to do it. www.justwindowsandmore.com is where you can find more information on Just Windows and much, much more. Finally, this afternoon at 4, while many people fly their American flags with pride, the quiet Flag Day holiday often passes with little recognition. But for some, today is just as important of a holiday as the 4th of July and Memorial Day. Flag Day is celebrated on June 14th and commemorates the adoption of the flag of the United States, which happened this day by resolution of the Second Continental Congress in 1777. The United States Army also celebrates the Army birthday on this date. In 1916, President Woodrow Wilson issued a proclamation that officially established June 14th as Flag Day. In August of 1949, National Flag Day was established by an act of Congress. So, if you aren't already, make sure you display your American flag and help celebrate the stars and stripes. More news and information is headed your way next at 4:30. Stick around. 2 men lost their lives and 2 men are in prison for their part in the crime. Today, one of those men learned just how long he will spend behind bars as he asked for forgiveness from the victim's family. News 13 was in the courtroom, and it's where we begin right now.
From the Samson Production Studios in the heart of Hazleton, Pennsylvania, it's your News 13.
Hey again, everyone. Thanks so much for staying with us. I'm Kristen Bazinski. 21-year-old Angel Sanchez admitted his part in the death of a Hazleton man, pleading guilty in March. And today he learned just how long he will be calling a jail cell home. Sanchez was sentenced to 17 to 37 years in prison. He will serve that time for his role in the death of Vladimir Ruiz. Ruiz and his friend Judah Hope both died in what was supposed to be a street fight between Sanchez and Ruiz on Green Street in downtown Hazleton. Sanchez was caught on nearby surveillance cameras beating Ruiz when Rodolfo Geraldo Perez jumped in and stabbed Ruiz. Hope came to Ruiz's aid and, according to police, was shot by Willis Gonzalez, who remains on the loose tonight. Today in court, Sanchez begged the judge for a lesser sentence, while Ruiz's family asked the judge for the maximum punishment for Sanchez. They told the judge that Ruiz learned the day before he died that he was going to be a father. 11 people spoke on Sanchez's behalf, telling the judge that he was a good person with no prior record and has a small daughter. Sanchez apologized to Ruiz's family and asked for their forgiveness, telling them their son is with God. As for Perez, he is locked up for the rest of his life, and the search continues tonight for that third man involved, Willis Gonzalez, who was accused of shooting to death Ruiz's friend, Judah Hope. Guilty on all charges, a West Hazleton man was found guilty of sexually assaulting a teen girl over a 3-year period. It took a jury just about an hour to find 40-year-old Hernan Torres of Tamarack Street in the borough guilty Wednesday of charges of rape, incest, and involuntary deviant sexual intercourse, along with 2 counts each of aggravated indecent assault and indecent assault. That trial lasted just 3 days. Torres is originally from Honduras and did not take the stand. Torres will be sentenced on September 28th and must also undergo an evaluation by the State Sexual Offenders Assessment Board. Torres was charged in 2011 after the victim, who's now 16, told police that Torres had repeatedly assaulted her inside his West Hazleton home. The girl said she tried to stop the assaults, but Torres would hit her to make her comply. Stealing from his own grandmother. That's what police say a Tamaqua man did, stealing an estimated $4,350 in property. Police say 29-year-old Keith Neff of Pine Street stole the items Sunday morning when his grandmother, 81-year-old Alice Neff, left her apartment to go visit family members. The woman told police jewelry and $90 were stolen. Neff was actually caught on camera entering the apartment building, and he broke in to his grandmother's apartment. Bad news in Harrisburg could mean property owners in the Hazleton Area School District could see a big tax hike in the near future. After the district made a purchase, it will not be reimbursed for. There's no money in the state budget to reimburse the district for the purchase of 2 buildings they recently bought, one being in the Can-Do Corporate Center in Butler Township, and the other, the former Bishop Hafey High School. Just last week in Harrisburg, Superintendent of the Hazleton Area School District, Dr. Francis Antonelli, learned the plans approved by the state and the contracts entered that were approved are no longer going to be honored. Simply put, PlanCon is the state system that reimburses school districts for major building purchases, and PlanCon can't afford to pay. Therefore, the bad news in Harrisburg could mean bad news for taxpayers in the district. It's been a rocky road in Banks Township, Carbon County lately. Troubles with the Tresco Fire Company involving missing money. Garbage woes for residents after the firing of township workers, public fights between supervisors and residents, and now add to that list a canceled supervisors meeting, a cancellation no one really knew about. Residents arrived at the township's municipal building Wednesday night to find this sign on the door. It read, "No township meeting tonight and no meeting until further notice." Residents were in shock, along with one of the three supervisors who also showed up, Rick Porpiglia.
No township meeting tonight and no meeting till further notice.
So how does it make you feel as a resident that, and two of your supervisors aren't here tonight?
Seems that they really don't care. And this isn't the first time they didn't have a full meeting. I believe not last month, but the month before. They started the meeting and they stopped after, I believe it was the public comment, no, the reading of the minutes. And we never had another meeting, and I believe they're supposed to have a meeting every month, and they do not.
Well, I like to know what's going on. I mean, everybody comes down here because we're concerned about our township, and yet there's no meeting. There's a sign on a door, written in pencil or ink or whatever it is, a sign on the door stating there's no meeting tonight. I just don't understand it.
Now, we're told Supervisor Porpiglia went to the township building to make sure residents knew there was no meeting after receiving a call that one of the other two supervisors had an emergency to deal with. But now the question remains, was canceling the Banks Township meeting legal, or did it actually violate the law? News 13 tried calling Supervisors Teresa Schott and Walter Babowski along with the township solicitor for more information. So far, we have been unable to reach any of the three. In just a bit, we'll give you the lowdown on the forecast and what temps you can expect for this coming weekend, including Father's Day. But first, Jasmine's at it again at the Hazelton Animal Shelter. She introduces you to this week's star pup and feline looking for a home sweet home. Stay with us. For this week's Adopt Me, our Jasmine Brooks heads over to the Hazelton Animal Shelter where nearly all of their pens are filled with dogs and their colonies filled with cats. It's a busy time of the year for the shelter, and now more than ever do these animals need some homes.
We're back at the Hazelton Animal Shelter for this week's Adopt Me. I am here, of course, with Chris Barkanek, and we are featuring Magdalena, a beautiful name and a beautiful cat. Chris, tell me a little bit about Magdalena.
Well, she has been here for a very long time, possibly almost a year. She is a tortoiseshell domestic shorthair.
Tortoiseshell, huh?
That's right. She's already spayed and up to date on her shots, as well as being, of course, tested negative for feline leukemia and FIV.
Now, Chris, last time I was here, we talked about all the kittens you have, and of course, you still have a lot. But I want to tell people that I just adopted a kitten, and although I love my kitten, he is so rambunctious. I call him the terrorist because he just whips back and forth so quick. So Magdalena is going to be calmer, especially for someone who is calm themselves or maybe older and wants a companion, but wants something, you know, a little bit more docile.
That's right.
And that's how Magdalena is. And she's very friendly and she's purring, and her coat is something very rare, I would say. I've never seen a coat like this.
Yep, there's not a whole lot of cats with this color pattern. And normally when you see any type of calico or tortoiseshell, they're always female.
Okay, all right, so I knew calicos were always female, but not tortoiseshells.
Yep, same with them as well.
All right, very interesting, and I'm sure Magdalena would love to have a forever home being here in the cat colony for almost a year now.
Yes.
Anything else about Magdalena we should know?
No, that's it.
Although we should say she was sitting, you know, right here by the cage. She wanted to be pet, so it's important to know that she is a people person and a big lover.
That's true. She's very engaging with people and very tolerant of other cats. So
oh, perfect. Awesome.
She'd be perfect for any home.
All right, Magdalena. Well, good luck to you, you pretty, pretty girl. And now we are outside, and this week's dog is absolutely beautiful. His name is Simon. He is a collie mixed, you said. And something I really like about Simon is he's very friendly and loving, but he's actually calm.
This is true. He hasn't been here an incredibly long time, but also his disposition is just very laid back and affectionate. He's not a very hyper-rammy dog.
I know, and that's my kind of dog. So what kind of home would Simon benefit from, Chris?
Basically any home that is going to love and take care of him. He seems to be friendly with everybody. He doesn't show any type of food aggression, animal aggression, or otherwise.
Okay.
So he should be a pretty easy dog to place.
All right, and he's full grown. You said about a year old, and
That's right.
so Simon is a really, really great dog, and like all your dogs here, of course. So tell me a little bit about this rabies clinic that you have coming up, Chris.
Well, we're offering a rabies clinic to the community. Anybody who wants to come down to our facility on June 23rd from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
And it's just a $12 fee. So why is it so important to bring your animal down?
Well, to make sure that you prevent the spread of rabies and also to keep your own animal healthy.
All right, sounds great. Well, Chris, thanks so much. I'll see you next week. So for this week's Adopt Me, I'm Jasmine Brooks from the Hazleton Animal Shelter.
Jasmine, thanks so much. Moving on tonight to the weather. The sun was shining today and the temps were in the mid-70s in our area. And tonight doesn't look too bad either. Before we take a look at your 4-day outlook, including Father's Day, we have a creative condition from Giada Reggie, a student at the Valley Elementary School. She's showing us a picture of herself enjoying a sunny day playing out in the garden. Thanks to Giada for this wonderful picture. We hope you enjoyed your sunny day. Now, let's see if there's any more sun in our future. We get through tonight, 53 will be our low, mostly clear skies, so a pretty uneventful evening. A nice evening maybe to sit outside. Here's your 4-day outlook. Friday, we end the work week off, 73, sunny skies, 52 will be our low on Saturday after a beautiful day with a high up to 74. Father's Day, look for it to be sunshiny skies. 76 will be our high. If you have any plans with Dad outdoors, you are in luck. And then Monday, we return to work with sunny skies and a high up to 78 degrees. Your forecast tonight brought to you by the Lazy Dog Salon, Dog and Cat Grooming, North Broad Street, West Hazleton. Call 459-0310 to make an appointment for your furry friend. And right down the street at Valley High, Route 93. Find milkshakes, ice cream, great food, and so much more. It's all at Valley High, Route 93 in West Hazleton. 2 stories tonight coming out of the Standard Speaker that you might want to read more about by picking up a copy. First, dealing with Hazleton's controversial immigration law. City officials are now set to head to court in August for a new hearing. It's been a year-long wait. The U.S. Third Circuit Court of Appeals in Philadelphia had scheduled arguments for July 27th, but the proceedings have been rescheduled to August 15th. There will be a panel of 3 judges to hear those arguments. 2 of the 3 judges who originally heard the case are on the panel for the rehearing and were a part of the decision shooting down the law, calling it unconstitutional. Last year, the U.S. Supreme Court ordered the Third Circuit to reconsider Hazleton's law. Hazleton's law penalizes businesses that knowingly hire and landlords who knowingly rent to people who are in the country illegally, and was created by former Mayor Lou Barletta in 2006. Barletta, now a congressman. Not only has the battle over the immigration law sparked controversy, it has also created a large tab to pay for the city. You can read more about that in today's edition of the Standard Speaker, or go online and read that story at thestandardspeaker.com. And the Standard Speaker is reporting that a Butler Township woman wants to see an increase in leaders for her community. Sue Rossai is circulating a petition asking Butler residents if they want to enlarge the Board of Supervisors who run the township from 3 to 5. Rossai believes the increase is needed because of the increased population in Butler. If she collects enough signatures, 300 or more to be exact, by August 14th, a question asking voters if they want 2 additional supervisors will appear on the ballot for the November 6th election. Rossai is a township auditor and former tax collector. So how do the 3 current supervisors feel about Rossai's idea and effort? You can find out in today's Standard Speaker. Stay with us on News 13. A big competitor in the November election is making his way to our area. We'll tell you how you can be there when he comes to town. And one local car dealership is giving back to the community in a big way for the 7th annual Fireman Rally for Support. Keep it here. We'll be back in a few.
SSP TV Sports on News 13 with Fred Barletta Jr.
Needless to say, no local sports going on right today. We're going to start getting into the summer league stuff. All that's left on the PIAA level, state championships in softball and baseball. It's going to take place tomorrow. But now, some of the postseason awards are coming in, and and a couple of Cougars have gotten honors with the Wyoming Valley Conference Baseball. Let's take a look and show you what we're talking about. The picks, Division I, you see a pair of Cougars, Carl Cara and Anthony Zaloga, who was an outstanding pitcher. Carl Cara, of course, the shortstop leadoff hitter for the club. On the second team, Matt Barletta, Tyler Rabaski, and in Division II from MMI, Aaron Kohler and Charlie Karshner were tapped for honors. So pretty good stuff right there. Our congratulations go out to all those young men. All-Stars in the Wyoming Valley Conference selected earlier this week and released yesterday. Now, let's quickly go to the minor league report where Kyle Landis, he didn't pitch in either game. That's hard to believe. As much as he's pitched all year, we're hoping it's simply that the situation wasn't right and there's no issues going on there. Akron won the first game. They lost the nightcap to split the doubleheader, and we'll see what happens tonight. Meanwhile, other games. Columbus, they got a double dip down in the heart of Georgia against the Braves AAA club. There's that Akron team in New Britain. They're going to play a singleton tonight. Syracuse, they will play the Scranton Wilkes-Barre Yankees. The game will probably be closer to Syracuse than it is to Scranton Wilkes-Barre, the way that is. Durham and Lehigh Valley play down at Coca-Cola Park. Incidentally, I was just up at PNC Field in Music, and tell you, they have it ripped apart. It's hard to believe, but the renovation's well underway to get that facility ready for next year and the baby Yankees. Speaking of the baby Yankees, let's go to the big leagues where the Tampa Bay Rays, and I just checked this one, the Mets were winning that game. It's not a final yet, so I don't want to give it to you, but the Mets posed for the sweep down in Tampa. How hard to believe is that? Pittsburgh is in Baltimore, Phillies are in Minnesota, and the aforementioned Yankees are off. They'll start a weekend set in the nation's capital against the red-hot Washington Nationals, and that'll be tomorrow. And we're brought to you by Bottlenecks, where tonight it's Rack 'em Up Rib Night. They're racking up their flavor with fire grilled ribs. You get a half rack of meaty, fall off the bone, St. Louis style spare ribs, and it is smothered in that sweet barbecue sauce. They fire grill it and serve it with bottomless fries for just $9.95. And oh, don't forget, huge imported beer selection, pool, dart, shuffleboard. Good time waiting for you up at Bottlenecks.
Well, soon golfers will hit the green swinging for some local heroes. News 13 stopping by Burger Family Dealerships Wednesday, where the talk was all about the 7th annual Firemen's Rally for Support held at Eagle Rock. Proceeds from this golf tournament are split between 3 volunteer fire companies, Hazel Township, Nuremberg Weston, and Shepton Oneida. And players have the chance of winning a brand new set of wheels thanks to Burgers. We spoke to the chairman to find out why it's important to give back.
The fire departments here are all volunteer fire departments. They're people who work hard on jobs and then give their time to support us. We in Eagle Rock know and have seen that when we need their help, we get their help. So they are someone that we believe we're doing the right thing by helping them in return.
The event was put together 7 years ago by 3 Eagle Rock residents who wanted to recognize the companies who provide fire coverage to their development. In addition to the golfing, there will be a silent auction, raffles, and lots of prizes. And as we said, the grand prize, a car donated by Burger Family Dealerships for the first hole-in-one. Over the past years, thousands of dollars has been raised for the volunteer fire companies. The tournament is coming up Monday, July 9th. Tee-off is 8:30. Finally, Weatherly Borough might be a little tiny dot on a map of Pennsylvania, but it's an important place for one presidential candidate who has planned a weekend visit to the small Carbon County community. Mitt Romney's website confirmed this afternoon that the Republican will visit the community as part of his Believe in America, Every Town Counts bus tour, which kicks off on Friday in New Hampshire and ends Tuesday in Michigan. Only 4 states will be visited, Pennsylvania being one of them. Weatherly Casting and Machine Company, also known as Hazleton Casting Company, is where Romney is headed. 7:45 a.m. the doors open and the program then begins at 8:45. You must go to Mitt Romney's website to sign up to attend this event. All right, that'll do it for us tonight. Thank you for making us a part of your day. You can catch this newscast again with a rebroadcast throughout tonight or just simply go to News 13's website, ssptv.com. That's where you're going to find everything Greater Hazleton and beyond. It's all just a click away. And on behalf of your News 13 team, be safe. We'll see you back here for TGIF, everyone. Good night.